While Meghan Markle blinds us with wine and her other elusive wares that are always sold out, the grim spectre of financial reality is casting a dark cloud over the big-spending Sussex's sunny paradise. A gathering storm that could point to marital trouble ahead. First rule of relationships: cash-strapped couples struggle to stay together. Watch this space. With forlorn Harry travelling the globe alone in search of the lost popularity he's desperate to regain, money-mad Meghan is now being seen as the family breadwinner. OK, fine. But is the difficult Duchess bringing in even nearly enough bread? Especially now that exasperated TV bosses have sensationally pulled the plug on the $100 million Netflix deal that promised so much but produced so little. The Duke and Duchess's hopes of renewing their lucrative contract in September are officially dead after their two most recent shows turned into toweringly terrible TV turkeys. Harry's tawdry horse-based docu-soap Polo was an unwatchable disaster, plummeting to a catastrophic 3,436 in the Netflix charts. Meanwhile, Ms Markle's excruciatingly old-fashioned home cooking drivel with Love Meghan failed to make the top 300, limping in at a humiliating 383rd. Even ancient episodes of Ms Markle's long-ago legal drama Suits fared considerably better. In showbiz terms, the Sussexes are a pair of past-it mega-flops. Make no mistake, the less-than-dynamic duo have tanked in Hollywood and fallen from grace on an epic scale. After they stopped pouring buckets of venom all over King Charles and his family, it soon transpired they had nothing of interest left to offer. The Oprah interview branding the British royals racists, the nasty Netflix series dismissing bemused Brits as slave drivers, and Harry's horrible book Spare were their commercial high points. But their short-term success story soon dissolved into long-term failure. When they don't dish out the spite, they don't do the business. And here's the problem. The preposterous pair's rancid reserves of mean-minded malice have run out, and so have the ill-gotten gains they generated, an unsavoury source of income that has dramatically dried up. Now all they have to look forward to is the mysterious commercial venture the unworldly prince says he's set to launch next spring. What will it be? With the dim Duke's dubious track record for dazzling brilliance, I think it's probably wise that we manage our expectations. You know, not get too excited. Temper our emotions. Let's hope it's not a hair care product because, apart from a few remaining ginger strands clinging on for all they're worth, he hasn't got any hair. Oh well, but back to Netflix, where one executive sighed, this deal is dead. Meghan had everything going for her: name, platform, press, but the numbers were dismal. Former editor of the American edition of OK magazine, Rob Shooter, added, the interest just isn't there anymore. They went from buzzy to background noise, and it's true. Harry and Meghan are fast becoming an irrelevance, far away and forgotten amid their escalating private battle to find the $4 million a year it costs to maintain their billionaire lifestyle and their massive Montecito mansion. Will Meghan's strange dried flower scam jam and wine company, as ever pay the bills? Somehow, I doubt it. Nevertheless, we learn that Mr. and Mrs. Sussex have no plans to leave America and return to Britain. But as their problems stack up and the directionless Duke and his scheming Duchess stare into the economic abyss, is their royal romance strong enough to weather these increasingly turbulent times? I'm in no doubt, and I've always said that Meghan Markle will never set foot in little old England again. But after the embarrassing shambles of the recent peace talks destroyed even the slenderest chance of a reconciliation with his British family, will Harry consider going solo? The King's clan will have nothing more to do with Meghan. They can't bear her. But on his own, perhaps they can forgive her hapless husband for the grave mistake they believe he made. Disillusioned and depressed in distant California, could the lonely Duke consider coming home alone? Are the signs already there that after his American dream became a nightmare, Harry is regretting all that has happened since Meghan persuaded him to turn his back on his life of regal privilege and walk with her into the wilderness? Now that the novelty of the Megxit adventure has withered and died, along with the opportunities it brought, the Sussexes are at the crossroads. What happens next? Watch this space. Now, Kinsey Schofield and I discussed this the other night because we had a tip that this was about to happen. Take a look.
Meghan Markle not even hitting the top 300. We were told that they were about to take over Hollywood, Archwell Productions. They were going to be in front of the camera. They were going to be behind the camera. I will probably see my grandmother on the other side before I see Meet Me at the Lake come to fruition.
Meet me at the lake. Yeah, all right, then don't.
Yeah, and so this is a pretty defeating moment for them, because what they wanted us to believe was that they didn't need the British royal family. They were going to move to Hollywood and be movers and shakers. They were friends with Tyler Perry, friends with Oprah. Remember Meghan walking that Variety Power of Women red carpet, teasing some of their projects, sitting with other powerful women at that event. And what they have become is ultimately a punchline in Hollywood.
Yeah, they are. They're laughing stocks.
Right, and that's not what they want. I mean, this is got to sting.
So, Chloe, I've been saying for a long, long time that the story going forward with this pair of posers will be financial, and I think I've been proved right today. I mean, it is no great surprise that Netflix have pulled the plug on this massive $100 million deal that the Sussexes enjoyed. But the fact that it is now official still comes as a bit of a shock to all of us, but not so much of a shock as it does to the Sussexes, who, I tell you, will struggle now financially.
I mean, this is just completely and utterly humiliating. I don't know if they will struggle financially.
I think they will.
They might not be able to build another pool. I mean, hopefully Meghan can...
they haven't got any money, you know that.
Flog enough jam, maybe 5 people will buy it, and that will help them pay the bills. But, I mean, I feel like this is just a perfect example of karma. They got their karma for sticking 2 fingers up to the royal family, trying to throw their reputation under the bus. And I feel like everything they do now, they're desperately trying to get all these new deals, set up these new businesses. It just reeks of desperation, which is just so repulsive. And I know that they did well on the one series that they put out with Netflix, but I don't think that's because anyone really liked them. People just thought, oh, what's this hilarious...
Because they've been nasty.
Yeah, what's this hilarious garbage that they put out?
Aren't they?
Let me take a look for an episode or two. But then people have quite rightly tuned out, because you've got to actually like Meghan Markle to sit there and watch her, say, put edible flowers on top of pasta for 10 hours plus. I mean, who wants to do that?
I mean, but you've got to like Meghan. Does anyone out there? No, I didn't think so. But, you know, Chloe said that she doesn't think they'll struggle financially. I'll tell you, they will. As ever, isn't bringing in anything.
No, they're unemployable now. I mean, there's only one thing for it, and that's Megflix, isn't it? She's got to make her own. And, I mean, she could have shows like Harry's Doorbell Challenge, where he just goes around, rings people's doorbells, and if you answer with it... Or they could maybe do some...
Deliveroo, deliver who? Who's Harry calling on now?
Well, we just heard that the UK government is going to crack down on illegal migrants doing Deliveroo, Just Eat, etc.
See, there's another...
So now there's a job opening for Harry.
A lot of jobs,
Well, he's proved his mettle in that
Maybe
area.
that's how he can pay the bills.
But it's hard to make a show that bad, isn't it? You think, how can it be that bad that it's 3,486, Harry's show on? It makes me want to have a look at it
Polo, I mean, I did endure a couple of episodes. I mean, there aren't really the words to say how bad it was. It was just a textbook lesson in how not to make a TV series. Just awful. And above everything, totally totally tedious. And as for With Love, Meghan, I mean, that is it's an old-fashioned claptrap. I mean, what is she, like 80 years old or something? It's just so ridiculous.
She's trying to be.
Now,
shall we? The new trad wife trend.
But we've got a clip from the With Love, Meghan series. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Welcome to my beautiful home. What do you mean it's not my fucking home? Every morning I pick beautiful flowers from my beautiful garden and I feed them to my beautiful children. So what if you haven't got a fucking garden? I haven't really got any children. I hate fucking bees. Get me out of this bee suit now. I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it. You know, like my husband. It's so funny that people keep calling me Meghan Markle because it's Meghan Sussex now. It's Meghan f***ing Sussex. Meghan f***ing Sussex. Meghan f***ing Sussex. Well, she was having a bad hair day there.
She's a beautiful woman, though.
Yes. Do you know what's slightly disconcerting? You know, everybody knows.
Well, a lot of that was very.
Everybody knows I'm a bit of a narcissist, but in that I actually quite fancy myself.
You look quite good, actually. Yeah.
But so that's With Love, Meghan. They're going to impose on unsuspecting viewers another series in September. That's because they filmed 2 at the same time. It's an old trick.
And then she pretended, they've given me another series.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
She just sort of puts a spin on everything. Basically, she lies. Stuff.
I've never heard of someone with so much audacity. I mean, he's just off the scale. Prolific liar, constantly insisting that she's the most likeable, successful person in the world when everyone despises her. As I said before, everything she does just reeks of desperation. Nobody likes that. Everyone finds it so off-putting. She's just
no self-awareness.
Desperate to be famous. She's like, pick me, pick me, pick me.
Like Harry, no self-awareness. They're a good match, actually.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Chloe. The defining characteristic of Meghan is this kind of all-consuming, overpowering ambition and self-obsession, and it's the only trait she really has. What she doesn't have is anything to back it up. She's got no talent in particular whatsoever. She's certainly no good. She's not a particularly good cook. She doesn't have any particularly good tips. I think she's a sort of so-so actress. That's about it. You can't become a billionaire, you know, selling dried flowers. I'll tell you, as ever, that'll be the next thing that flops. There's no way that is making money. No way. $110 for 3 bottles of rubbish, average rosé wine. I don't think so. Who's going to do it? Who's going to go, you know, I could nip to the grocery store next door and buy a bottle of rosé wine for $8. Or I could fill out a big form, go online. It's going to cost me $110, and then I'll wait 3 weeks.
Do you have to buy 4 kilos of dried flowers in like 8 sacks?
Well, we bought the dried flowers.
Oh yeah.
And we bought the cookie mix and the scam jam. Over in America. By the way, you can't even buy it in every American state, let alone around the world. We in Britain can't buy it. You see, the distribution is virtually non-existent.
Well, she keeps saying, we've sold out, but we know that she's just putting 5 up for sale.
Exactly.
And then probably her mum buys one, Harry buys one, and then a couple of idiots. And then she goes, we sold out, it's so successful.
It's the illusion of desirability. Yeah. You keep the stocks low, you say in 10 minutes, we've sold out because everybody wants it, but you only have ever had 10 bottles to sell. So she's doing that. And even if any money will ever come in from As Ever, it won't be yet. So now that they've lost their Netflix deal, Harry's doing the square root of sod all. You know, where's the money coming from? They've got a very, very expensive lifestyle, as I always say. They're low-level millionaires trying to live like billionaires, and that is a recipe for financial disaster. And more, as you've indicated, Chloe, people are laughing at this couple. They have become a laughing stock. And we've seen Southport Park, of course, and Family Guy. They mocked the gruesome twosome once before. They've only gone and done it again. Check this out.
Brian, this is a terrible idea. We could change the course of history.
You always say that, but doesn't history pretty much suck? I mean, the Crusades, Hitler...
Prince Harry marrying Meghan Markle?
Again? Oh, like all of your wives are so much better.
It's a lousy Harry impression, but we get the idea, don't we?
They think we all sound the same, yeah.
Hitler and Harry and Meghan getting married, a comparison that they won't enjoy. But they are figures of fun now.
I heard they were going to do a twerking sort of comedy, weren't they, South Park again? So I look forward to that maybe, because that would be fun.
See, Meghan thinks that twerking video was a huge success and it was fantastic right before the launch of her new rosé. We were all watching it, taking the mickey out of her, laughing at her for looking like such a plonker. No one was looking at that going, oh, wow, what a cool lady twerking in the hospital.
Look, you've not been on this programme before. What Just Happened has an official policy as a programme that Harry and Meghan don't have children, that they've pretended. But to be serious for a second, that twerking video is a very odd-looking thing. A lot of pregnant women, women who've been pregnant, they just say, you just don't look like that.
I mean,
and you couldn't do it when you were 9 months pregnant. You couldn't actually do that.
It's like she's got a double-decker bus hanging off the front of her. And it's all down to her knees, you know. So, you know, some people may think she was never pregnant at all, but I would put the case that potentially she'd already had the kid when they filmed that twerking video, because it's very, very odd. Let us know, folks, again, what you think about that twerking video, because it bears another discussion. It really does.
And she always held the bump like as if the cushion was going to fall out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So twerk. Was that a real baby bump? Let's get that discussion going again. You know the policy of this show? They don't have children. They just pretend. Let's go to
72677.
Pizza.
We're going to go to David's Pizza.
I'm
Should we all go?
I'd have some.
Let's go to David's Pizza straight after the show. We'll look forward to it. I like the way he said, you know, I want some cheese and some meat. Get some meat on your pizza.
Just general meat.
Meat.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Any old meat.
An animal.
Put some meat on the pizza.
Get some animal.
There's a Twitter account that monitors the level of activity at pizza shops near the Pentagon so that they can figure out when there's a world crisis kicking off, because suddenly the number of pizza deliveries goes absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they predicted Iran, didn't they? The B-2 bomber thing, because it all went
all the pizza shops went crazy. So whenever World War III is starting, the pizza shops are like, yes, we're going to make our money today.
All right, with you two, if we go to an ad break.
Go on then.
Let's go to an ad break.
I hope it's David's Pizza.
Pizza.
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Well, welcome back. This is part 2 of this spectacular edition of What Just Happened. And this is the moment where we do the big moment, the big story of the week. This.
3, 2, 1. It worked.
And no doubt about it, it's all going on in the American TV industry at the moment. This guy who calls himself Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert. He hosts a late night. Well, all the Americans, of course, know that. He hosts a late night show on CBS. He's just been axed. Now, all of the furious late night TV comedians in America, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, all of that lot. You remember James Corden from Britain used to have a show over there as well. Well, they've all ran. This is disgusting, you know, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. You know, this is a clear case of him being censored by businessmen just trying to make money. He should be allowed to say that. Well, of course, Paramount, CBS have turned around and said, well, there is the reason we think we're axing it is this. His show is losing $50 million a year. So there's definitely a financial argument. And all of these late night shows don't make money anymore. James Corden, when he was at NBC, wasn't he, was losing $30 million a year. So these people are anachronisms. You know, people don't sit down and watch late night chat shows on American television anymore. Yeah. So, you know, there's a case to say that Colbert, you know, is a victim of censorship, but there's also a case to say he's a victim of cold, hard economics. If you don't bring in the bacon in the media, you don't survive. Here he is.
I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings.
How dare you, sir?
would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go yourself.
That wasn't very funny, was it, Chloe?
No, it wasn't funny at all.
That's the problem, isn't it?
And you know what? You see that with a lot of comedians these days who used to be really funny and now they just use their platform to say horrible things about politicians that they don't like.
You know what? God spare me from these liberal, multi-millionaire American comics banging on and on about Donald Trump. Get yourself a new bandwagon, you old bores.
If it goes well for them, like they'll say it's all down to me. If it goes bad, then it's down to Trump. But they're the epitome of mainstream TV, and it's all over for that. And this is... I never thought they were that funny anyway, when Letterman used to come on.
Letterman was funny.
He was all right, he'd do that, and they go, whatever he said, they were in such a happy mood.
Well, I think Letterman was funny.
To a point.
Letterman, and before him, of course, Johnny Carson. These were the doyens. Ever since then,
it's a tradition.
Ever since then, as a genre, they've been sticking people onto those chairs that were once so distinguished by the brilliant Letterman and Johnny Carson, and they're just not really up to speed.
But also, it's the epitome of that is the epitome show of mainstream TV, and mainstream TV's dying, and that will die probably the first.
There isn't an audience for all this. They're all losing money. Anyway, here are all the liberal protesters going on about Donald Trump and Stephen Colbert outside the studio. Honestly, I mean, you know...
They protest about anything.
Boring, isn't it? So boring. All these American comedians, oh, yeah, Trump, he's a fascist, he's terrible, yeah.
And it's just not funny when they say that.
Oh, no, that's it. That's exactly it.
It's not funny. There used to be good comedians. There were so many comedians who would just take the mick out of both sides, take the mick out of any politician, left and right, and now they just go for one side, and the jokes aren't even funny anymore.
Woker has killed comedy, hasn't it?
No wonder nobody is watching it. Yes, it is the case that, you know, we don't have...
culture's too.
We have more than a few TV channels now, and there's so much choice that viewers are spread very widely. It's very difficult to make money on a show that's burning millions and millions. But it's also the fact that they're just not funny anymore.
Because they're not allowed to be because of wokery, are they?
Well, they're on their soapbox. This guy just bangs on and on about how awful Donald Trump is. I mean, it's not exactly the height of originality, is it?
Especially when all the population, a lot of them voted for Trump. They're really not in tune with their audience.
I mean, he doesn't look very funny, does he? He looks like a bank manager or something.
He
burning
but 60% of Americans apparently watch all of their television on YouTube.
Exactly.
You can get what's just happened on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
That's why we have a lot of viewers over in the States.
And that's on the rise, man. That's on the rise.
We're very pleased to have our American viewers and our Australian viewers and our Canadian viewers.
Good day, howdy
and do you know also, Chloe, we have quite a big number of viewers. We have no idea why in Latvia.
Oh, wow.
So all over New
Zealand,
Zealand, we get quite a few messages from New Zealand. This is a global show, folks.
Wow.
But seriously, that is the wonder of YouTube. It's international, it's global. And frankly, Stephen Colbert and his mates, all his American comedian anti-Trump buddies, they're parochial now. They're parochial, and they are the last of their species.
Dinosaurs.
They're the last of their species. These shows, I mean, it's a shame in a way, don't get me wrong, a lot of people still enjoy them. But, you know, Colbert gets about... Colbert. He gets about 2.5 million viewers in a country of 380 million people.
But he won't admit his own failure, and that's his own failure. People don't want to watch him.
Well, let's move on to a story that's been well played all over the world, and well, it should have been. It is this.
Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Well, that is loving couple Andy Byron. He's the chief executive of the AI company Astronomer. Well, I say he is the chief executive of AI company Astronomer. Technically, he's now the former chief executive of Astronomer and also the company's HR manager, Kristin Cabot. The problem with these two loving people is they're married to someone else. They both have different spouses, and of course they got caught red-handed by Chris Martin, who he does this slot in the Coldplay show. So there they were at Boston's Gillette Stadium, suddenly caught on camera. They don't look at that, and Chris Martin goes, "Oh, they're either very shy or they're having an affair." Tell you what, Chris, it was both.
Did you notice he had a decoy that came in, like Saddam Hussein and Putin have sort of... He had a guy that came up and stuck his hands up, but he was too slow. The guy just coming in now. Look, he sits down, and now the decoy comes in here with his arms raised, trying to pretend it's him. Look. To try and fool him.
Do you think he was hired to do that?
Yeah. That's how powerful these guys are. But I saw today...
he's seen the camera. He's just going in it like the way...
They tried to style out...
If he's so powerful, how come he's had to quit?
A rubbish decoy. Liam Gallagher said, don't worry, there's no cameras in our gigs, said Oasis today.
Yeah.
You can have your affair there.
But it's, we're laughing, and you can't help laugh. But actually... The papers this week were running the really sad side of the story. It was pictures of both of them with their family and their lovely kids. And they were saying that, these are the unspoken victims of all of this.
The wife changed her name, got rid of her Facebook account immediately.
She's now on extended leave. He's left the company. So he would have had a massively lucrative job. So that's gone. And
he's unemployable now. Everyone knows what his face looks like.
They look similar, don't they?
To any,
two families. Look at his face. Look at their face.
Oh my God!
I mean, two families have been destroyed. But I mean, frankly, it's a pretty stupid thing to do. To go, they're in a big box that lots of people could see.
Yeah.
They made a mistake. They should have, when that camera came on, then they just should have carried on and looked normal, and the wife...
Yeah, they would have got away with it.
It wouldn't have gone viral.
Rabbit in the
there was a good chance
really
the wife
good
wouldn't
point.
have seen
That's
it.
As
long as the wife wasn't watching, there's a good
Or they could have said, we were just enjoying the song.
You're exactly right. I hadn't thought of that. You're exactly right. They should have acted like, hey! They should have done that. Because only the people at the concert would have seen it. No one else.
Do you think before it they went, imagine if we get seen by a camera and that's exactly what happened?
Yeah.
They would have said
Can you imagine when they both got home to their respective partners? What have you been up to? You're all right, yeah.
You've already seen it.
Enjoy the concert, did you?
It went all over TikTok.
Andy probably came home and there were a bunch of bin bags on the end of the drive saying, off you go.
Yeah. Well,
with some divorce papers as well.
As Coldplay would say, you just can't fix that. Really, it's a funny story, but it is, there's a lot of casualties to go with this story. And also,
and the decoy steps in again.
It's just a bit sordid, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, he got caught. It's karma again, isn't it? Karma.
Be decent people. Be faithful.
They look similar, though, don't they? Brother and sister almost.
Be faithful to your spouses,
Unsavoury.
Do you think it's incest?
It's unsavoury, that.
Yeah. That's another plot
Look into
twist.
that, yeah.
Well, listen, those are the big moments of the week. It's now time for Kev's small moment. What I like about this is Nigel Farage, British politician over here, leader of the right-leaning Reform UK party, big friend of Donald Trump's, of course. He has been inspired by President Trump because Trump is sending some of the worst migrant criminals in America down to El Salvador's famous notorious Supermax jails, and Nigel Farage says he's going to do the same. Now, also, of course, Donald Trump has other plans for his migrants, for his super criminals, and we are reminded of Alligator Alcatraz, the penitentiary that the president is going to set up in the Everglades. In fact, he's gone a long way towards doing that now. He's going to deposit all of these prisoners, these hardcore prisoners, in the middle of the Everglades, where the mosquitoes never stop. The humidity is so heavy, it's pretty much water there. You're breathing underwater the whole time. It won't be a nice jail to do your time in. But here's Donald talking about Alligator Alcatraz.
The snakes are fast, but alligators are big. We're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%. Okay? Not a good thing.
So if you're running away from an alligator, you've got to zigzag.
Yeah, that's
by the way, he also said, Chloe, that anybody who did manage to get away by zigzagging, and confusing the alligators as they go like that, he would award them with an automatic pardon.
Yeah, my family live in Florida, and I hear so many stories. And my grandma and my auntie, what they do is every single time the doorbell rings, they open the curtain and check it's not an alligator.
Yeah.
What do you mean they ring the doorbell?
No,
They've got clever now.
Alligator calling!
With their nozzle.
I've seen videos that alligators going up and pressing doorbells. Can you imagine if
Do
you
they nick
open
Amazon
that?
packages?
They're very sneaky, these alligators.
I play golf in Florida where you got alligators on the tee.
And I've been on one of those hovercraft rides in the Everglades with the alligators swimming right next to you. I was terrified.
Yeah. So you have alligator on the tee, so you tee your ball up on the other side of the tee, and hope the damn thing doesn't.
Hope he doesn't notice.
The same in California. You know, don't play golf in America, folks. It can be dangerous. You have rattlesnakes.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging around.
Oh, my God. And you see, we haven't got dangerous animals. The most dangerous is the badger.
That's the best thing about living in Britain that people don't talk about.
Australia, perhaps our Australian viewers can get in touch about this, but I understand of the 10 most poisonous creatures on the face of the earth, 9 live in Australia. One of them's their Prime Minister, I think. But, alligators, dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've only got badgers is our most dangerous animal.
Badger?
Is
a badger dangerous?
Well, if they come at you, you'll know about it.
I'm scared of
badgers not dangerous.
No, they can be. Yeah, they're like little dogs, aren't they? They don't mess about.
I got chased down the street by a fox.
Well, there you go.
Normally they run away, and it was just chasing.
It was a fox.
I was I had to leg
braver.
it back home to my front door.
But it wouldn't have done anything to you.
I had my dog with me, and it went for us.
They're getting arrogant, aren't they?
Yeah,
The foxes.
they are.
They're all over the place. But badgers, our most dangerous creatures. I'm not sure about that. Anybody got any ideas about more dangerous creatures in Britain than badgers? Let me know. Like my dog, perhaps. Right, let's go to another bad ad.
Where are my golden double stuffed cookies?
Right where they belong.
That's terrific.
It is.
I really like it.
I do too.
I won't be keeping my cookies in a pot like that.
No.
I think it's not
I mean, it might
necessary.
scare the kids off.
They're called
Could
biscuits,
easily.
by the way, not cookies. That's the
Biscuits,
proper name,
cookies.
But I do like an Oreo.
Biscuits are called something else in America.
Yeah, I know. It's a weird, funny thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what you have biscuits with.
Yeah.
Grits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, we're going to go to break now, but I keep going about grits being the most horrible thing I've ever eaten. Southern dish you have with breakfast. We've got some grits. We're going to try some soon. Stick around. What just happened?
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Oh, welcome back to part 3 of What Just Happened. Well, regular viewers will know that for weeks I've been droning on about grits. When I lived in America, I'll never forget it. I was in Mississippi once and I didn't even order them. I ordered some scrambled eggs or something for breakfast. And this stuff came next to it. And I thought, what the hell is that? And they said, it's grits. And I tried it, and I think it was one of the most horrible things I've ever eaten. Subsequently, I think I've learned that they put a lot of kind of herbs and stuff in it or something. So anyway, I made some grits this morning. There you go. I made some grits. I made it myself. You know that I'm good at making food because I made Meghan Markle's cookies. I baked those up as well.
Incredible,
great
actually.
success.
Should be a new
Samara
show.
said they were disgusting.
Yes, she did say that.
Yeah.
Right, okay, well, let's... I literally haven't tried these, folks, so I'm going to...
I have no
Oh,
idea.
my God.
I'm just going to say, like, cement. Let's see. I quite like it.
Well, quite
Do you?
Scrambled egg. I mean, it's a bit like... It's quite delicious.
Did you put any spices in it or anything?
Well, no, I deliberately didn't do it.
Got any toast we can have with this?
It's okay.
I thought that was going to be disgusting, but I actually quite like it.
You've actually made a lovely dish here, Kev. This is fantastic stuff.
I find it...
American hummus.
You see, I think, first of all, it's supposed to be hot. And if you had...
Oh, it's
if you
not
had some...
cold.
I don't know, I mean, I don't... if you had sausage or, whatever, and some toast and some eggs with it, actually, I think this could be nice. My haunting nightmare memory of the grits that I had.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll never try these again.
Yeah.
And they were all they were sort of grey with all these black bits.
You sure that was grits?
And it was.
Sure it wasn't cement?
No, yeah, I'm not sure it wasn't cement.
I need some
Someone
more,
was
man.
trying to kill you.
I've never... Look at that! She's eaten it all. God.
Delicious, man.
Anyway, so we've tried grits. I think it's not disgusting. I think it's tasteless and Pappy. Chloe likes it.
I love it.
Ash
Sell it
absolutely
here.
loves it.
Import it.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah, man.
So he's eating it all.
Yeah, all gone.
Well, I've got a whole bucket of it here, so you can have it.
Made by Kev.
Right, it's now time, after that culinary taste test, it's time now for viewers' questions. And what do you got, Ash?
Well, the first one, you've already answered this. Every week you mention grits, but have you ever tried them? Yeah, we all tried them and we love them.
I think what you do at this point, is you gloss over that.
I know, I thought it would be quite funny to reflect
down,
on
so
it.
I'll say it. Anyway, after that waste of space, what's the next question?
Right, this one. The England women's football team have said they will no longer take the knee before games. Do you support this decision, Kev?
100%. All for fighting racism, very much against racism, all for racial equality. Of course, we all are. All decent people should be. But the empty gesture of sports players, teams, before every match, going down on one knee to salute George Floyd, everyone's favourite bank robber from years ago, who got wrongly murdered by the police down there. It's just ridiculous. Black Lives Matter. Half of the people who are in Black Lives Matter spent their time buying mansions with all the money they collected. So the whole thing was ridiculous. But if that gesture had done something to improve racial problems in sport, then I say keep doing it.
I think they should be made to keep doing it forever because it's a bit cringe, and they sort of try to change it, say this is a stance against racism. So when they stop doing it, you should say, see, now you're saying you are racist. And they should just have to keep doing it because none of their crowds...
No, you don't keep doing it because I go to football, a lot.
Yeah.
And
it's a bit annoying.
And the crowds hate it. The crowds hate it.
Good.
They either just turn around and talk to each other, or they hurl abuse. Get up!
Because it's virtue signalling against the spectator. It's saying we're not racist, but you are. That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah, but look, the England's women's team, the football team, soccer team.
Soccer ball.
The reason they've stopped doing it is they've been doing it for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And there's one of their players who's a player of colour. She's a defender. And she's been, throughout this World Cup that's been going on now, she's been suffering the most appalling racial abuse.
Yeah, exactly.
So the women's players of the England football team, soccer team, they said, well, we've got all this racist abuse coming in. For 3-4 years, we've been taking the knee. What has this achieved? This useless, empty, pointless ritual has stopped in terms of the England women, and I hope it stops elsewhere. Don't you, Chloe?
Yeah, I mean, I may be wrong, but the impression I get from this story is that they have got rid of taking the knee because it's actually making racism worse. As you say, people in the crowd hate it and then start hurling abuse, and hence this player...
It's not racist abuse. They just hate. They just go, get up, wasted time. Or, so the reaction of the crowds, and I'm among them, is either one of, anger, and what are you doing this for? Or it's pure contempt, and there's idiots,
And it was a symbol of Black Lives Matter, which was a Marxist organisation where the leaders bought mansions.
They're against capitalism. They're against
the footballers are totally not against capitalism.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
they take home their big.
You've done it again,
They're not handing
You've repeated
it all
a point I
out to
made
charity.
5 minutes ago.
Did I? That's my short-term
You
memory.
never listen to anything I say.
Short-term memory problem.
Never listens to a word I say, but who can blame him for that? But no, you're exactly right. I mean, I'm not against gestures that denote antipathy towards racism, but this was supposed to achieve something, and actually racism in soccer in this country, in Britain, has actually got worse over the past 3 years, not better.
I feel really bad for the athletes because you're in a position where if you don't take the knee, it's not just the case that some people will give you stick for it. You may lose all your sponsorships and contracts because they'll say, whether it's Nike, Adidas, whoever, they'll say, oh, we don't want to be associated with that disruptor who's being called a racist because they haven't taken the knee. It's just not worth the hassle.
Had to be led
for these
by
brands.
black players. There were a few black players who refused to do it from the start, and they're the ones that need to take the lead to get rid of this rubbish.
Absolutely. Right. Well, let us know what you think, folks. Taking the knee. Is there any point in it? Is there any point? It's just virtue signalling, as Ash says. I think it's pointless. I think it should end. I think sports players Sports clubs should stop imposing it on long-suffering supporters and fans. What do you think? Let us know. What do you got next, Ash?
Right, yeah, Kev. What 3 celebrities, living or dead, would you invite to your house for a dinner party?
Ash, Gould, Chloe Dobbs and Kevin O'Sullivan.
Yeah, exactly.
What a dinner party.
And easy to sort out as well.
Yeah, we'll just go there now. We'll get on the train and go.
We can have grits at the dinner party.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, hang on. No, who would I invite?
Well, you should know.
Gore Vidal.
Oh, yeah.
James Stewart. And I need a woman, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
I guess so. Chloe Dobbs. Hang on, let me think of a woman. I don't know. Let's.
Hillary Clinton.
Kinsey Schofield. How's that? No, not Hillary Clinton. No, Kamala Harris. That would be, Actually, do you know, next week, let's do, seriously, next week we'll do the 3 worst celebrities we'd like to have round for dinner. I think that might be slightly more entertaining. But anyway, time for a bad ad.
Start out each morning with joy and love and laughter. Share a little warmth inside. And whatever the day brings, whatever comes after, you know it's gonna turn out right.
Quaker Instant Grits products make good mornings better. It's the same good Quaker grits you've always loved, but now they're instant. And they come in original country ham and country bacon flavors, too.
It's gonna turn out right.
Country ham and country bacon flavours. That's it, as opposed to city bacon and city ham.
Yeah, I don't want the bacon or the ham.
By the way, that's the grits I kind of remember, that kind of greyish sludge colour. These ones are rather. The one I made is a very pleasant yellowish colour.
Delicious.
But, there you are, colour of scrambled eggs. Those are the ones I remember in all my nightmares. Let's go to a real break. What just happened?
He's mad as hell. It's Kevin O'Sullivan.
Welcome back. It's part 4, the final part of this week's exceptional episode of What Just Happened. And this, of course, is the complaints department, where we read through some of the messages you are kind enough to send us. You send us thousands every week. I always say this, but we really do appreciate it. And we try our best to read as many out as possible, whether or not they're complimentary or, frankly, downright insulting. Sometimes I think I prefer the insulting ones. I get a lot of them. So let's get going. What do you got, Ash?
Right, well, I thought at first this was from my mother, but it's not. It's from Michael. It says, "What is the point of Ash?" It's very hurtful and unnecessary.
Well, Michael...
But a good point.
Michael, this is a question that many of us have wrestled with for many years, and I'm yet to come up with an answer.
It makes you look good, though, doesn't it?
We're working. That's why it's on the show, to make me look slightly less catastrophic. Chloe, have you got one?
Yes, this one's quite concerning. Definitely one for the complaints department. Chloe Dobbs is a predator.
Yeah. What does that even mean?
I guess maybe...
Well, I know what predator means, but what does Chloe Dobbs is a predator?
What have you done, Chloe? What have you done?
I mean, I thought they said women can't rape, but I mean, it sounds like from this, someone thinks I am some scary...
What a strange thing to write.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a chance this is from when I called out a man from being in the toilets.
No, that was amazing.
In the ladies' toilets after the Supreme Court ruling. And after I left the toilets, I snapped a picture of their back.
That is a bit predationary, yeah.
So maybe that's what they think makes me a predator. But I have to say, I do think men being in women's toilets is a bit predatory.
Yeah, exactly right. Chloe was at a big station here in London, Waterloo Station. We like to name our stations after big victories over foreign countries, particularly France. So she's in Waterloo Station. She goes to the loo there, the ladies' loo, sees a bloke in there, a guy. Now, we've had recently here in Britain a Supreme Court ruling which basically bans guys, biological males, from going into female loos. Quite right, too. Here's to Donald Trump for striking a blow for common sense over in America in the same way. Chloe goes in there. There's a guy after this ruling, so she takes a picture, sticks it onto X, Twitter, whatever we're calling it this week. 7 million views.
Yeah.
7 million views. So it's you know, there you go. So what you got, Ash?
Right, yeah, this is from Dior. Kinsey Schofield and Kevin are complete bullies. They have nothing better to do than to continuously pick on Harry and Meghan, the amount of airtime they spend on this couple.
Dior said that after a fashion. See what I did there? But me and the Kinsey, we're bullies, are we?
Pays the bills.
Don't care. Thanks, Dior. What do you got, Chloe?
Well, I've got some nice ones about you, Kevin. If you want a nice
read those out. Read those
Just to give you a little bit of an ego
What
boost.
a rarity.
So one person says, "Thank you, Kevin. Great commentary and humour. Also, Kinsey is very smart and lovely."
There you go. Who's that from again?
That is from Lee Blacklock something.
Lee Blackflock something. Well, Lee Blackflock something. Thank you very much. Very kind of you, Ash.
This is from Texan Lifelong, and he goes, I love all three of you. Your energy is the chef's kiss. That must mean good. Love from the US. Kevin, I won't stalk you, but I may show up in the UK with a I Love Kevin shirt on. I will add Ash to Kinsey. I'm female and love you dearly, so I'll send you a bottle of rubbing alcohol. You're a matron. You never know when you will need an antiseptic.
This is Texan for life.
Yeah.
Rubbing alcohol.
What does she mean by that?
Yeah, well, next week I'll
Don't drink it.
I'll just read out my phone number and get in touch when you're here, all right?
We'll try some rubbing alcohol next week.
Texan for life. Nice to hear from you. Go on, Chloe.
Chloe Dobbs is a disgusting person. Thank you.
Oh, you got my tweet, did you?
Thank you. Yes, yes. No, that was a lovely individual called Siobhan. What a lovely lady. Thank you so much for the...
It just says you're a disgusting
for the
person.
feedback. I'll take it on.
Take it on board.
It's great to get feedback, isn't it?
Exactly.
They just said you're a disgusting person.
Yes, it was in response to the Channel 4 show I did where I said we can't bring the whole world to Britain, and apparently that makes me a disgusting person, so...
Yeah. What's the programme you did? You went all the way around the world, didn't you?
Yeah, it's called Go Back to Where You Came From.
Go Back to Where You Came From. She went
Syria.
to the places where all our migrants come from to find out what these places are like. And on that interesting bombshell, it's time for a bad ad.
Grits and giggles, get on board. Head on down to Old St. George. Ain't nothing like grits, they grow by the acre. The Great Grits Festival made by Quakers. When I'm having breakfast, don't do potatoes. It's gotta be grits, sooner or not later. Have them with shrimp, have them with eggs. Cook them in the morning, make everyone beg. Grits don't know whether to eat them or roll them. Sometimes we can't decide, so we just do both.
Join Quaker at the World Grits Festival in St. George this weekend, including the WEZL Rollin' the Quaker Grits. Quaker out!
Amazing.
See, we're onto something with this grits. So they were more my colour, weren't they? But Grits Festival, get your messages in, folks, about grits. It's the new topic for this show. And that is the end of this show. A brilliant episode, I think you'll agree. Thank you to Flash Ash Gould and our dazzling debutante, Chloe Dobbs. I've been Kevin O'Sullivan. You've been an amazing audience, and we'll see you next week for another fine edition of What Just Happened. You better be there.